For decades, we've been sold a simple, beautiful promise: work hard, stay loyal, and the American dream, or its global equivalent, will be yours. We were told that if you're the first one in and the last one to leave, if you sacrifice your weekends and give your best years to the grind, you'll be rewarded with a house, a stable retirement, and peace of mind. But today, millions of people are waking up to a cold reality. They are doing everything right. They are working 50-hour weeks, taking on side hustles, and skipping vacations. Yet they are still drowning. Their bank balances aren't growing, they're just treading water. So, what happened? Why does the old formula feel like a broken promise? Why does hard work no longer guarantee financial success? The answer is uncomfortable, and it challenges everything you've been taught about money. But once you see the glitch in the system, you can finally stop running a race you were never meant to win. Welcome back. Today we're deconstructing the hard work myth. We aren't saying hard work is bad, we're saying it's no longer enough. If you've been feeling like you're running 100 miles an hour but staying in the same place, this video is your wake-up call. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's talk about the new rules of the 2026 economy. 1. The Great Decoupling versus Reality. To understand why you're struggling, we have to look at history. From the 1940s to the 1970s, productivity and wages grew together. If you worked harder, you produced more, and you got paid more. But in the late 70s, they decoupled. Since then, productivity has soared, but inflation-adjusted wages have moved at a snail's pace. You are literally producing more value for your employer than your parents ever did. But you're being compensated with 1970s purchasing power. The game changed, but the hard work memo stayed the same. The reality check: you aren't lazy, you're operating in an economy that has learned how to harvest your effort without sharing the rewards. 2. Effort is linear, wealth is exponential. This is the hardest pill to swallow. Hard work is linear. If you work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. There is a physical limit to how much you can earn because there is a physical limit to your time. But wealth is exponential. Wealth comes from assets that grow while you're asleep: stocks, real estate, or automated businesses. Someone who works 40 hours a week but understands how to invest $500 a month will eventually lap the person working 80 hours a week who only relies on their paycheck. The wealth shift. In 2026, labor is a commodity. Leverage is a superpower. 3. The skill shelf life crisis. In the 1980s, a degree or a trade skill could last you a 40-year career. Today, skills have an expiration date. Technology and AI are moving so fast that what you learned 3 years ago might be obsolete next year. Working hard at a dying skill is like being the hardest working person on a sinking ship. The actionable pivot: hard work must be redirected from doing the job to constant relearning. Your ability to pivot is now more valuable than your ability to grind. 4. The inflation stealth tax. You finally got that 5% raise. You worked late nights for it. You're proud. But then you go to the grocery store, you look at your rent, and you realize everything costs 7% more. Even when you win at work, you're losing to the currency. Inflation is the silent thief that steals the results of your hard work before you can even save them. It creates a treadmill effect where you have to work harder every year just to stay in the same apartment. The reality check: a raise that is lower than inflation is actually a pay cut. 5. The education debt trap. We were told that a degree was the golden ticket, but for many, it's a golden shackle. Millions enter the workforce with six-figure debt, starting their journey $100,000 behind the starting line. When you combine student loan interest with a linear entry-level salary, you aren't working for yourself, you're working for the bank for the first decade of your career. 6. Lifestyle inflation, the social trap. As we work harder and earn more, we feel we deserve more. A nicer car to make the commute bearable, a bigger house to hide from the stress of the job. But this creates a dangerous cycle. You work harder to buy things that require you to work even harder to maintain them. You aren't building a life, you're building a cage and calling it success. The wealth shift. True success isn't the ability to buy things, it's the ability to own your time. 7. The ownership gap. The modern economy rewards owners far more than workers. Look at the Forbes 400. You won't find many people who worked their way up through a salary alone. You find people who owned equity. Whether it's stocks, a small business, or intellectual property, ownership allows your income to scale without requiring more of your physical presence. The actionable pivot. Shift your mindset from "how can I get a raise?" to "how can I own a piece of the pie?" 8. The burnout financial cost. Society treats burnout like a badge of honor, but it's a financial disaster. Chronic stress leads to medical bills, therapy, and escapist spending, expensive vacations just to forget your life for a week. Worse, it leads to career gap years where you lose your most valuable earning years to exhaustion. The human truth: your health is your most important financial asset. If you break the machine, the factory stops running. 9. The leverage of technology. In 2026, one person with a laptop and an AI tool can produce the same output that used to require a team of 10. The people who are succeeding aren't necessarily working harder, they are using tools to multiply their effort. Working hard without technology is like trying to dig a swimming pool with a spoon when there's a bulldozer sitting right behind you. 10. The psychological conditioning. We were conditioned by a school system designed to produce factory workers, people who show up on time, follow instructions, and trade labor for a grade. But the world no longer needs obedient laborers. It needs strategic thinkers. It needs people who can manage risk, spot opportunities, and say no to the grind in favor of the lever. Hard work is not the enemy. You still need discipline. You still need grit. But hard work without strategy is just a recipe for exhaustion. The world has shifted from an effort-based economy to a leverage-based economy. The real danger isn't working hard. The danger is believing that hard work by itself will save you. It won't. You have to learn how money works, you have to own assets, and you have to protect your time. It's time to stop being the hardest worker in the room and start being the smartest owner in the room. If this video changed the way you look at your 9 to 5, let me know in the comments. What is one thing you're doing today to build leverage instead of just labor? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with the hardest working person you know. They might need a reminder that there's a better way. Stop grinding. Start building. I'll see you in the next one.